Hello YouTube, friends and family. I just thought I'd share a little bit of my world. This is a birdhouse that my husband built for my mother. She cares for all the little animals around here. She makes sure that they have seed and anything that they need to make their lives comfortable. Normally this little bird feeder is full of birds. Now I'm playing with this camera again, guys, so if it starts moving around too much and going crooked, it's because I'm just learning again.
Oh, she's just fast and crooked.
Oh, Mom says I'm just fast and crooked. Anyway, that is the birdhouse, and we're all real proud of it. Normally it's just packed with birds. We have a electrical wire right there above, and they'll line up on that wire just waiting their turn for the birdhouse. Up above me here we have got our hummingbird feeders, and as you probably saw there, it's not just hummingbirds. We also have bees that love the hummingbird feeders. They all take turns. Anyway, what I wanted to talk to everybody about is fear. Right now, if we pay attention to news articles and stuff that's happening in our world, a lot of it which makes no sense whatsoever, but they can paint it up and dress it up to be absolutely terrifying. And they use that word. They use that word and the word terror as if it was just part of normal, everyday conversation. It has become so much a part of everything that we do. And it's not right. It's not right that they invoke fear into the hearts of people. Is it, Mama?
No, I don't get fearful over it.
I want to say that fear is a real easy drug to take.
Absolutely.
It's something that we can fall into without even trying. And it's not something we plan to do. The bravest of men have fallen victim to fear. But fear is very destructive. It can destroy a whole country. Just fear. For whatever reason, they're wanting us, the people of the world, to be filled with fear. We've given these people control. We've given them the right to our spirits, to our souls, to our laughter. We've shed tears for them. There are many parents and children alike that curl into their beds at night seeking much-needed slumber, and they cry tears into their pillows because of bills they can't pay, food they can't buy, a home that they're losing, or a home that they've lost. And a lot of them cry tears because they're afraid of the wars and rumors of war, the suffering that they see, the helplessness that they feel, the heart that is so heavy, and it comes out in tears. Fear is something we can either accept or we can not accept. If we accept fear, we're giving the people that invoke it or push it, just like a pusher pushing his drug, we're giving them the power. We're giving them control. When we give them control, our world so often falls apart. We become helpless and hopeless. To be strong and to be brave, the first thing that we have to do is not partake of their drug. Don't accept the fear. I watched a video today of a group pulling our U.S. ambassador to Libya out through a window and throwing their arms up high into the sky and praising Allah, their God, or their title for God. A lot of people said that what they were doing was praising that they had killed the ambassador. But that's not at all what they were doing. If you were to take the noise away, remove the voices by muting the video, and if you just watched the faces of these men, very young men, pulling the ravaged body of our ambassador out through that window, and if you looked at their eyes and looked at the faces, really looked at the faces, you could see that they were trying to help him, that they were getting him out of that building, trying to drag him to safety, trying to get him to the hospital, which they did do. But that's not what you're going to see or hear in the mainstream media. They do not want you to know the glory or the good of this story. They do not want you to know that people were trying to fight against the bad people, the group that, for whatever reason, were told where the safe house was, were told and shown on a map where to go. Now you might ask yourself, who told them? How did they know where the safe house was? Who was behind them knowing? Who paid the protesters? Who did all these things? Who was behind it? There's so much more to the story than we know. But it definitely caused fear. It caused a rampant flood of fear that is now going all over our world. Almost had a hummingbird there. Darn it, I missed him. Or her. Anyway, friends, what I would like you to know, and I hope that you hear what I'm saying, is it's that fear, the fear that they are creating, that is causing the world's people to lose their power over their own lives, to lose control of their own lives. We cannot partake of this drug that they spread so freely. We should not, for the sake of our children and future generations, participate in this corrupt game. It's everywhere. It's like the last video that I just posted. Pepper, please. Pepper. That's my dog. He thinks that I'm talking to him. Anyway, we cannot and should not, like this last story that I did the video on about the UFO, we should not automatically buy into anything. And I wanted to show people that video because it's just one more step in a plan, a big plan that they are trying to put together to cause fear. And in this plan, they're putting it together piece by piece, just a little bit each time. They're putting it together just a little piece at a time, one stage at a time, one step at a time, and people are falling deeper and deeper and deeper into the fear trap. Don't participate. Don't accept it. Don't take it within yourself. Know that by feeling fear or accepting fear and letting that become your reality, that you are losing your own control. Don't be afraid. Start researching and checking into these things to find the absolute truth. I put a map down below on the last video that I did about the UFOs and the US and China battleships, warships that were supposed to be fighting off the UFOs. And the reason I put that map there is when you went to the map and looked, there were no ships. There were no ships in that area at all that were warships or battleships. And had they been fighting off the UFOs, you would have seen the ships there. So food for thought, my dear friends. And while I'm at it, I want to do a shout out for my dear friend Rose. I'm going to put her link down below. She does videos, like I've told you before. Early in the morning, she goes out and she walks and she shares her thoughts. So as she walks, she talks. And her camera goes over some of the most remarkable, beautiful landscape that you could ever see. She shares so much wisdom and so many great things in her videos. And yet, she has so few viewers. I don't know why that is. But take a minute, if you would, to click on the link that I put in the description down below and pop into her channel. Take a few minutes to listen to one of her videos and see if you don't see the same remarkable value that I do in a human being trying to talk and share from the heart the wisdoms, the thoughts of what's going on in our world today. Because friends, when it all comes down, what this is going to be is you and me, you and her. It's going to be us, the people, working together, sharing our world, trying to survive together as one, the human race. Let's start working together today. Let's get a jump on it. Let's focus on working together, sharing together, finding the good in each other, loving each other. This world that we call home, this Mother Earth, belongs to all the human race. We are one race, one people. This is our home. We must love each other because, friends, quite frankly, they don't love us. They do not care. But you know what? I do. And I know each and every one of you that have subscribed to my channel, each and every one of you that have listened to my words, feel just as deeply about this as I do. And I know that each one of you is full of just as much love as I have for the entire world and all its people. We can do this. We can get through this, and we do not have to take their drug. Their drug called fear. Do not partake of the fear. Let's keep control. I love you all. Great big hugs, as always. And friends, because of you being in my life, I have hope. And I hope that I make you feel that way too.